So hopefully people can hear me this time. If not, I'll just need to switch phones. I'm going to start this same poll up again. All right. Let's see this time, I wonder. So I guess once I get somebody popping on here, we'll see if they can hear what I'm saying. Can you hear now? Okay, well, that's my wife, so she can hear now. So I guess I'm going to have to say all that all over again. Like 20 minutes in, and then it's like, okay. Well, at least it's easy to remember. So I guess we'll wait as other people start to pop on in again, too. That stream was going pretty well, too. Oh, well. It happens. I guess that's YouTube trying to take you down. Also, just, I guess, confirm with others, though, too, as they start to pop in, if they can hear also. I don't think I'm breaking the phone. I just, maybe YouTube doesn't like radioactiveness. Hello there again, Bruce. Bruce, let me know on your end. My wife says she can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me also. Then I guess I'll restart what I was saying. I was unaware that nobody could hear me. Hello there, Tranquil. You can hear me? Okay, so I'm assuming if you all can, two of you can hear me, then everybody should be able to. So what I was saying with Pandora, yes, she is back today. She overall did well. She ate her own food, which is good. No issues with that. She took her treatment well. She was pretty chatty with the animal hospital, and she overall did well. So there are some precautions though, and that's kind of what I was talking about. I was figuring everybody could hear me, but I'll repeat all what I said earlier, which is fine. Now, I do want to talk though. Let me move her so she can kind of get more in the shot here. Better shot. Honey, just lay down. You don't need to be right next to me. Hi. I know you're going to come right by me again, and I'm going to have to pull the phone away so people can see you as I'm talking. Honey, lay down. Lay down. But she's just not wanting to lay down. She wants to be right next to me. So anyways, something that I found funny is they give her a dosage of I forgot what it was called. It was radiation. It's iodine. And cats apparently they get like a very small dosage. They get like 3 milligrams of it. Now humans, if a human was going to do radiation therapy for their thyroid, they get like 10 times the, no, not 10 times, what am I saying? Like 30 times the amount. They get like 100 milligrams. And apparently there's like no precautions really after the fact for humans. It's one of those weird things where humans, it's an outpatient procedure. So they come in the morning, they get the radiation shot, and then they leave in the afternoon, which I think is weird. The only really precautions that they get is you got to wash your hands a lot. It's best to be away from people that are what am I trying to say? Immune compromised, right? They have like a weakened immune system. Yeah, I think she missed us also, a Tranquil. And they're not supposed to have like any kind of intercourse for a couple of days. So anyways, some of the precautions that we have to undertake here now is washing our hands, especially like after she licks us. Like right now she's licking me. And the reason that is she is still technically radioactive, and she will be still for a little while longer. And some of the ways she's excreting the radiation is obviously through peeing and pooping. Uh, the paw pads, apparently, through like sweat and stuff like that, I can't talk. Um, they're excreting like through their paw pads and like saliva also. So right now you can see she's licking me. So I will definitely need to wash my hands when I'm done with her for this live. So that's one thing we have to do. The other, hello there, James Icon. Hope you're doing well. The other kind of big things. Um, my wife is saying the paw pads is from the litter, stepping and pee and licking from booty. But also, the wife, remember, it's also because they sweat through their paw pads, and that sweating is excreting the radiation out also. So it's just the other thing also. But anyways, as I was saying, the really the biggest thing is we were asked like, what are we gonna do with her litter? What are we gonna do with her pee and her poo? Because you have two choices apparently, right? Yeah, Icon. Everything is, for the most part, doing well. I'm just kind of talking about some of the discharge stuff that we need to do with Pandora. But everything is doing well overall. I hope you are also. So with the litter, like I was saying, you can either use a flushable litter, like the world's best cat litter, something that's not clay based, but that's corn based, like that is, and you can flush it down. It's supposedly sewer and septic safe. And that is what we were going to do, but I thought about that more like on the drive home because it's like a 2 hour drive from getting her and then a 2 hour drive back home. And I'm like, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm kind of uncomfortable flushing litter down, especially we have a septic tank. Just flushing it down the septic tank seems a little iffy to me. So I think we're not going to do that. And instead, we are going to do the second option. The second option, what you have to do is for the first 2 weeks when the kitty gets back, is you need to scoop their litter. You need to buy like one of those like 5 gallon containers that you can get from like Lowe's or Home Depot. Because you kind of see them in like construction sites on occasion, right? To get one of those, and to all the litter that you scoop, it has to be stored in there for those 2 weeks. Now, after those 2 weeks are up, hello there again, Mr. Zoni. Yeah, you're saying no, you should never put litter in a septic tank. See, so Mr. Zoni, the thing is, it's like you go to Reddit or you go, I don't know, you go on Google, right? I mean, you get conflicting stuff. You get like saying, yeah, it's fine because it's corn based and it's going to deteriorate, but then you get others like, no, that's a major mistake, especially with a septic tank, and you're going to ruin your septic tank. So it's like, we're just going to go the storage route even though it's a bit of a pain. But we're just gonna do that. Yeah. So anyways, uh, so what we have to do, like I said, we have to buy a container, like a 5 gallon container from like Lowe's or Home Depot. We have to scoop the litter up and we have to store it in there for 2 weeks. Once the 2 weeks is up, it's not like that's it and it's over. Then what you have to do, because there are still some trace amounts of radiation that's inside the poop and inside the pee. We have to then hold on to that poo and pee for about 3 months. Now, once the 3 months are up, then we can safely dispose of it like we normally do, when the trash comes and we have the litter bags and stuff like that. Mr. Zoni, you won't ruin your tank. It's the drain field that puts bad bacteria. Yeah, so there was another person that was also picking up their kitty at the same time, and that was her concern also. So hopefully maybe she did a little bit more research herself and decided that it's better to store than to flush. But that's a good point there, Mr. Zoni. And she was thinking the same thing, the other lady who was picking up her kitty, who also had the radiation treatment. But anyway, so we got to store it for 3 months, and then safely we can safely get rid of it. So that's kind of the fun adventure that we'll be going through over the next couple of weeks, and then after that for the next 3 weeks, or not 3 weeks, 3 months, I mean. Now, in about 30 days or so, and also if you are new to the channel or you are popping into this live stream, I'm just kind of looking at the little person icon up there. Hello, my name is Adam. This is Pandora. Pandora right now is a bit of a radioactive kitty. If you want to know what I mean by that, then just please put in chat, what do you mean by that? And I will explain. So, but in about 30 to 40 days, we need to take her back to our vet and obviously get a checkup on her, blood test, T4, all that good fun stuff to see if the treatment was a success. It usually is the first time. The first time usually is like a 95, 97% success rate. But if not, then and if you have to get a second treatment, then it's usually then it's almost up to 100%. So, but anyways, we never had a radioactive kitty. We'll see if she glows in the dark. I'm sure she won't glow in the dark, but you always hear about that radiation, right? You turn green, kind of. So when it's dark and she's like shows her teeth, there's she just gonna have like teeth and eyes and stuff like that. Thank you, Mr. Zoni. She is a pretty kitty. I don't know how to say your name. Citrine, perhaps Citrine. This is one of 9 kitties that we have. If you wish to see the rest, then just stay on this live stream because I will show all 9 in time. My lives only last an hour. I had to restart this one because nobody was hearing. Audio was off. It's a conspiracy by YouTube, no doubt. I got it right. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we think she's either a Turkish van or a flame point Siamese, but we're not sure. And she is a radioactive kitty right now. She had a radiation treatment, an iodine radiation treatment. So she is radioactive. We are going to keep her isolated just for tonight. After tonight, though, we're going to let her kind of roam free because we were told that there's no issue with the kitties, roaming with our other kitties. I thank you. I hope everything goes well, and hopefully she will gain weight again. She was up to I should say she lost about 2.5 pounds over the last 2 years or so. So she's got a little bit of a skinny hip thing going on. So we need to get some weight back on her. You can kind of see her ribs and just her very skinny little torso. I keep on trying to get a better shot of her, and she keeps on moving closer by me when I do. Yeah, see, she'll get up, and then she'll get back to me again. And I want to just get her, like, to just lay down, but she wants to kind of be right by my side, which makes sense because she hadn't been home for like 72 hours. She'd been away with some other kitties getting the same iodine treatment. But she's skinny. And yep, she's going to kind of sit right next to me. I'm trying to get the folks to get a good shot of you there, Pandora, but you're just not wanting to cooperate with me. So if anybody has any cats that have hyperthyroidism, let me know in the chat. I can definitely talk a lot about that. We do have 2, well, technically, hopefully just 1 now, because hopefully Pandora is cured. I know, honey, you're just not going to stay still. There, you going to stay still now? She's hopefully cured of her hyperthyroidism. We still have another kitty also that has it too. We also got a kitty that's diabetic, so quite a bit. Mr. Zoni, you have hyperthyroidism? You yourself or one of your kitties, or unless the kitty's name is Mr. Zoni, or you have diabetes? Just let me know in chat if you want to. All right, so far nobody needs any cat advice. All right, I'll keep an eye on that poll question. Because my thing on these live streams is just showing Have a good. Okay, have a good. It's nighttime out here. Um, Take care, Satrina. It's nice meeting you. Um, yes, me. Your name is like Ronnie. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully it's managed then, Ronnie. Your hyperthyroidism is managed either through medication or through other means. But anyway, so like I was saying, with my live streams here, they're normally pretty chill, pretty relaxed. Just show off the kitties, talk a little bit about cat topics, kind of hang out, and just kind of relax for about an hour or so. Honey, you just want to keep on getting up. Yeah, it's no big deal. Okay. Well, that must sound like it's controlled then, which is good. Hey, girl. So, hopefully, in about a month or so, Pandora will gain back about a pound to a pound and a half. That's kind of the normal numbers getting back up again as far as her weight goes. So she dropped down to 7.5 pounds. So I will have a video out, kind of hyper on cat hyperthyroidism and kind of my experience and our experience as cat parents with it. That'll go into a lot more depth and a lot more detail than this live. But that'll be on my other channel though, which I'm not going to talk about my other channel on this channel. I don't want to contaminate that other channel. Bruce, no, not tonight. We're gonna keep her isolated overnight, and then once the morning comes, we're pretty much gonna have her free. We're not gonna have any restrictions or anything like that because we don't need to. We just want to go through tonight. We'll just have her isolated, but then after that, the biggest reason really is because I have to get that container that I was talking about earlier in the stream. That like 5, 6, 7, 8 pound container from like a Lowe's or a Home Depot. I need to get that first. I don't have anything right now that would work. So I have to get something that can get sealed when I do start scooping her poop in particular. And if we have her out starting tomorrow, I definitely will need it because she'll be in multiple litter boxes and they all need to get cleaned up. Hello there, Bailey. I hope you're doing well. Bailey, I'm just kind of talking about Pandora. She's finally back home after a very long 72 hours from Monday and her not being with us, which was very tough. She's doing fairly well, Bailey, and I was just talking about some of the precautions. Hello there, Caroline. Hope you're doing well. Just joined. I had a cat with I had a cat with hyperthyroidism, but used meds. This one got yes. So Carolyn, I'm glad you kind of have a question here in a way. So this is Pandora, and she was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism about 6 months ago, roughly. And we were using the filamazole medication on her, right? But it wasn't seeming to be effective with her. She had very wild weight loss and just seemed very off. So we decided to just recently do the I-131 radioactive treatment. Yes, she got the shot on Tuesday, and we got her back home today. So if you have any questions, Carolyn, was it Caroline? Carolyn, just let me know in chat if you're interested to know more about the radioactive treatments, or if you've done research. You have any questions, just feel free to let me know in the chat. Obviously, if you want to. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Carolyn. Your kitty passed on. I'm sorry to hear that. So that's part of the reason we wanted to get this done, was just to, so we don't have to worry about the medication anymore. Because we know, the medication can be effective, but the medication, even in itself, can cause some issues. Now, I will say though, Carolyn, though, actually have a second kitty, and if you want to kind of hang out here on this stream, I plan on showing our 9 cats. We have 9 cats all together, and one of the other cats has hyperthyroidism also, and she is on medication, and she's been on the medication for probably about a year and a half, and overall she's pretty controlled with it. So I will get with her in a little bit. Cat friends, if you get bit by a radioactive cat, do you get superpowers? No, but you might get some radiation poison. Maybe. Um, what I was wondering, Bailey, is like at nighttime, was Pandora or any of the other kitties they had at the animal hospital where she got her treatment, were they glowing in the dark? You know, just a little bit. Because you always think that, right? Radioactiveness, you like glow green. But I don't know. Mrs. Oni saying if you get bit by a radioactive cat, hair will grow between your toes. Interesting. Now you could already have hair growing in between your toes, though, if you're depending on the kind of nationality you might have, or if you're a caveman kind of thing. But I'm going to spend a few more minutes with Pandora here, and then we're going to kind of show the other kitties. If anybody is new to this chat, hello, name is Adam. This is Pandora. We got 9 cats. Pandora is a radioactive kitty due to a radiation treatment that she had just undertaken a few days ago. If you have any questions, just let me know in chat. If you need any cat advice, let me know in chat also. Because I got plenty of kitties, I got decades of experience, and would love to help kind of bridge the gap between human and cat, and especially cat parents. All right, my wife is saying apparently my buddy, who is Rosemary, is waiting for me. So I'm going to show Rosemary in a second, our other hyperthyroidic kitty. To answer your question, Carolyn, is Pandora sedated or just chill? She's just a chill kitty for the most part. And I think for her, she being away from us, I think it kind of affected her a little bit because she had never been away from us at all, and she was away from us for like 72 hours, which is just a long time, right? She just, I think, glad to be home and just kind of just chilling and relaxing with me. I think she comes to me when comfort is needed. I mean, we have 9, and some of the cats go to my wife more, and some of the kitties come to me more. I think overall, the females tend to drift towards me, and the males tend to drift towards her. And we have 6 females, and we have 3 boys, 3 males. Hello there, Rev. Hope you're doing well. Grim, hello. Are they gremlins? I'm not sure what you mean by that, so I have no idea what you're talking about. I do remember watching Gremlins, though. It was a decent movie. Second one wasn't as good. Hello there, Share Bear. Hope you're doing well. Share Bear, we're just kind of talking about Pandora. She is back from her iodine treatment, and we have some precautions that we have to do. The biggest one is we need to scoop and store her litter, like her poo and her pee, for 2 weeks. And then after those 2 weeks, we need to then hold on to it for 3 months. And then we can get rid of it. I wondered how serious that was when it was going on, but I did look it up. So apparently nowadays there is, like, say if you were going to be naughty and just scoop the litter normally and then just eventually the dump trucks pick it up, right? To see what happens. But apparently dump trucks nowadays, when they go and when they dump the trash and stuff like that, they are scanned. They go through like some kind of a scanning process where they detect any kind of radiation. And she still has high enough levels of radiation where it would be detected still. So it's like, nah, let's not get into trouble and get a fine and a whole bunch of stuff. Share Bear, to answer your question, yes, overall she is doing well. She is just chilling with me. When I do leave this room to go check on the others, I will need to wash my hands. That is one of the precautions. I don't normally wash my hands much with our cats, besides, when doing the litter. When we're done doing the litter, then I'll wash my hands then. But when I normally just pet our kitties, we don't do anything. So, but her being a little radioactive, just being precautionary, I should say. But she's just kind of hanging out with us. I'm sure she's glad that she's in an environment where she feels safe again and, happy being at home. Carolyn, how many litter boxes do you have for the nine? It's nine. It's nine altogether, Carolyn. We have nine cats. We honestly we don't have as many as we should. Even being kind of like a cat. I don't want to say expert, but a cat whisperer. The whole adage, the whole saying is you're supposed to have one litter box per cat and then one addition. So we should technically have like 10 litter boxes altogether. We don't. We have six for eight of them. And then Rosemary, who I'll talk about in a second, she has two of her own. So we have six, we have eight altogether. And it works for us. We also, though, and I'm gonna start. If everybody want to say goodbye to Pandora, I might be back up here for a little bit. We had an average of one box for every two cats. I think it's just important to scoop daily. Carolyn, I completely agree. So yeah, I do scoop. I always call it like rolling logs. Some people think that's kind of funny. Some people think that's kind of gross, or they don't understand it. But sometimes when I say scooping litter, I'm just rolling logs, and I do it every night. Um, I sometimes wonder, through the decades of having cats and having large numbers through most of those decades, how much litter I've scooped through the years. It's probably been hundreds, thousands of pounds of litter. Insane. And then about every 2 or 3 months or so, I would also recommend to fully cleaning out your litter box also. Um, breaking it down, getting all the litter out, cleaning it with soap, disinfecting it, wiping it off, and then starting completely fresh again. All right. All right. So I'm gonna put this just on Pandora for a second. I'm gonna wash my hands, so I'll be back in a minute. I'm just gonna put the phone there, though. All right, hands are washed, and we're gonna go kind of show off these other kitties. Before I leave this room, though, this is something, having so many kitties, I would recommend a lot of people to get. If you have multiple cats, you might already use this anyways, but this Feel Away multi-cat, we just bought some, or just ordered some on Amazon recently. It's a plug-in, as you can see, and it sends out a pheromone that keeps everybody calm and kind of stress-free. And I would recommend this product quite a bit. Not a sponsor. I'm not like, this isn't like an ad for Feel Away. It's just something I use and something I'd recommend. All right, Whites, we'll be back. All right, let's see who's in this room. We got Yoda. Now, Yoda is a tuxedo, so Let me see what question here. Rev, Adam, what's the possibility of cross contamination with handling your phone and hands on Pandora and Pandora? As long as you wash your hands, Rev, the cross contamination it does exist. I mean, it's not like it's not it's impossible to have like zero radiation with this, like with what's going on with her, but it limits it quite a bit. So, because the thing, you think about it, I mean, everything has radiation. Me talking to you all and doing this live, I'm getting radiation from the cell phone. You all watching this on your cell phones or your laptops or your tablets or whatever, your television screens, you're getting radiation, right? So, but that's a good question, Rev. But washing of the hands, it mitigates it quite a bit. Just kind of being just normal sanitary guidelines pretty much limits it for the most part. Share Bear, my cats are nuts, so maybe I'll try that. Yeah, yeah. With the feel away, give it a try. I would try the multi-cat one, Share Bear, and maybe try a couple of them. They are a little pricey, I will say, but I think they're worth it. Oh, Rev, yeah, no, you're good. You were just wondering, yeah. So, anyways. Those who might be new, Carolyn, if you're still here, I think everybody else who that I know, at least that I see, that are chatting, they know this goofball, Yoda here. He's a he's a mischievous little boy. He's about 7 or so, and I think I said his name, but if I didn't, it's Yoda. He's another one that's really loves the camera and loves attention. And he's just kind of showing off right now. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people love his boots, as you put it, and a lot of people kind of find his Yoda. Yes, hi. His nose, like his like Batman face, to be pretty adorable. I think out of our 9, him and Rosemary, and recently Pandora, they're kind of the ones that people like the most. Yoda's definitely photogenic. I probably will have a community post out tomorrow, or no, not tomorrow. I did one today, so maybe Saturday. The animal hospital, we had to drive down to Wilmington. We live in the Raleigh area in North Carolina, so we had to drive down to Wilmington for Pandora to get her injection, which is about a 2-hour drive or so. Now, one of the hospital cats, not hospital cats, one of the kittens that they're trying to adopt out looked like basically exactly like Yoda as a kitten. So I'll have that picture out Saturday probably. It's a cute little kitten. Yes, Yoda, I know you're a raving nut. Is there catnip still in here, Yoda? A couple of days ago when I was doing a live stream, I got some catnip out, and this is some of what Yoda did, because he was getting a little aggressive with the catnip. But this is kind of part of real life, having so many, and cats react differently. And he also did, let's see if I can get it on here. Yeah, he also, can't really see it very well, but also scratched my arm up pretty good. But that's part of having cats. Okay, honey. I know. Yoda, don't bite me. Ted Nugent, cat scratch fever. I mean, cat scratch fever is a real thing, and it's potentially very harmful. But all the cats I've had, and all the times I've been bitten and scratched, I've never had that. I guess count my lucky stars, I guess, but it's never happened to me. Hi, Yoda. Now, when I leave this room, I have to go into another room, and it's also got kitties in it. Now, all these rooms are closed, and the reason that is Pandora, or not Pandora, Rosemary, who is that other kitty that I was telling you all about a little earlier, who is also has hyperthyroidism. She unfortunately she does not get along well with other kitties. Because of that, we have to keep her in her room, not 24/7. We do have her out multiple times during the day for long periods of times during the day. But when she's out, then the others are in because she just does not do well with cats. We've tried introductions and all that stuff, and it just never worked out. She would always get growly, wild-eyed, and just like she's going to attack them. So it just never worked out, unfortunately. But we had to still keep her because she's got her own like backstory also. Bruce, your arms and hands always get scratches on them. Yes. Oh no, not tonight. Not tonight, honey. All right, so let's go to the other room. We're gonna leave Yoda. Say bye, Yoda. You gonna meow for him? No meows? Okay. All right, stay. Nope. Nope, stay. All right, Pandora was in here. So let's go in here. Now, a couple might be under the bed. That's always a potential. A few, it looks like, will be up and out. And I can definitely highlight the ones that are up and out. Zelda. Zelda. That's Zelda over there. Zeus. Zelda. Come here. Zelda's our oldest. If Zelda makes it to next year, Zelda will be 20 if she makes it to next year. She's a good girl. She's an old girl. She's doing well. Yeah, Rev. Zelda doesn't. She's. I mean, since I've started doing these daily lives, I'm definitely getting some more screen time for Zelda. But she normally isn't on for very long, and she definitely doesn't meow very often on these live streams. But she's good. And like I said, I mean, if anybody has any cats that have diabetes, this is another topic that I could, potentially just give some advice or just give some opinions on. Because she's been diabetic for 7 years. We've been giving her insulin, or 8 years nearly, and giving her insulin shots and had the ups and the downs. We do the blood glucose curves at home, which kind of regulates, kind of checks her blood glucose level altogether, kind of where it's at to see if we need to increase or decrease her insulin. Again, just a lot of experience, and my goal with these live streams, at least one person is try to help at least one person a live stream, or to try to answer a question or to give some advice. That's my ultimate goal with these live streams. Show the cute kitties, obviously, because who doesn't love kitties, right? Who doesn't love cats? Carolyn, you had one of those also, one with seizures. Okay, sad all the illnesses they can have. Yeah, it definitely is. Carolyn, it's definitely challenging. We don't have anybody currently in our mix of 9 that has seizures, and we haven't had to deal with that yet. But all the cats that we will probably have in the future, saving lives and making their lives better, we probably eventually will have a kitty. Diabetes, I meant by one of. Oh, okay. Okay, so you had a diabetic kitty also? Yeah, diabetes is a tough one too, Carolyn. I mean, Zelda has diabetes, but she's doing being good. You know, she's doing well. We had Pandora and Rosemary, who's got the hyperthyroidism, but hopefully Pandora is done with that after this treatment. Kitty, we have some original cat names. Kitty was an older calico who passed on several years ago. She had kidney disease, so I mean, pretty much the kind of the bad, scary stuff we've had. We had a cat that had feline leukemia that unfortunately passed away when he was only 5. That was tough. You know, these diseases are tough. They definitely can come out of the blue. It can be very subtle, the changes. So, you know, part of my channel too is advocating for your cat and to watch for subtle changes because, you know, if the kitty is eating a little bit more, if the kitty is eating a little bit less, if the kitty is drinking a little bit more, if the kitty is drinking a little bit less, if the cat is peeing or pooping outside of the litter box, if the cat is hiding, if the cat seems more aggressive. I mean, these all could be like very subtle signs or symptoms of something that's a lot more serious that's going on. So, you know, part of this channel's focus, along with my other channel too, is just to spread awareness, mostly through these live streams. That's why I do them every night. You know, everybody's welcome to come in, and I always love it when I have people ask questions and, you know, or need some kind of advice. Because I'm not the only cat, and I don't call myself a cat owner. That's the other big thing. I hate the word owner. I'm not an owner. I'm a cat parent, or more appropriately, I'm what's called a cat kahoo. If you don't know what a cat kahoo is, look up the term kahoo, Kahu, Kahu. It's a Hawaiian term. And to me, it's a lot more encompassing of what bringing a cat or a dog into your life. It kind of more encompassing of what it actually means when you bring in a cat or a dog in your life. But this is Max. Max here is about 9. No, yeah, Max is about 9 or so. He was, and most of our cats here are either foster fails or rescues. Max was adopted at about 6 months old. We adopted Max after the passing of our 5-year-old Tuxedo back in 2015. I don't want to say we needed another Tuxedo in our lives, but it just, you know, things work out kind of in their own way, right? Sometimes, and it just happened to be what was needed for us and for him. So his name was Whiskers Maximus, short for Max, because he's got some pretty big whiskers, as you can see. And he's on a medication also. He's on a medication called cisapride. Cisapride is something that helps his gut stay moving. Sometimes his gut muscles, intestines, they kind of get a little stuck. And this medication just helps his muscles and intestines move smoothly. So when he's eating food, it'll go through the digestive tract properly and come out the other end. Because he was getting some pretty nasty hairballs, and he was vomiting up blood and all that stuff. So Carolyn, you are correct about watching your cat's behavior to look for changes. Yep, absolutely. So that's Maximus. Over here, we have mostly an older group. Like all overall, like our cats for the most part are older. We do have a couple of youngins, but a lot of them are on the older age. We have the baby here. Those of you who know your, not cat breeds, because this isn't a cat breed, but your cat colors and your cat markings. This is a calico. They're known for their 3 colors normally, typically a white, like a brown, even to maybe like a red, and then usually like a black coloring. That was a big yawn, baby. She's 13. I might have said that already. She's a good kitty. She was another adopted out kitty. She was definitely having a hard time when Pandora was gone for those 3 days because her and Pandora kind of have like sister rivalry, is what I'll say. They kind of hate each other but love each other, kind of frenemies. So she was definitely taking a little bit tough when Pandora was not around. But she's a good girl also. She's not on any medication. She's just incredibly needy and incredibly whiny, which I just think is kind of typical traditional calico behavior, at least the calicos that we've had in our lives. I know I'm boring you, ain't I, baby, talking about you. There are two that are under the bed that I'm not going to be able to get to. I'd love to show them, especially those who might be new to the channel or just checking this live stream out. And that's Kit and Tiny. They might come out, and if they do, then I'll show them. Because I still got to show Rosemary, because I'm coming up to the end of this live stream. I'm not quite here yet, but I got about maybe another 10 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna sign off. I like to try to keep these to about an hour or so at the most. I feel like it's a good time. It works for me. It goes by quick, and I enjoy the interaction. Over here, on one of our scratching posts, we have our orange tabby. So if there's any orange tabby lovers that are in the chat right now in this live stream, this is Tang. Tang is 3. The other tuxedo, the female tuxedo called Tiny, they are siblings, Tang and Tiny. Tang is the boy and Tiny is the girl. I think if you've had orange tuxedos, what am I saying? If you've had orange tabbies before in your life, you know how kind of special they are. And how they're, there's that old kind of joke that goes around that all orange tabbies, they share one brain cell. I don't necessarily know about that, but orange tabbies are definitely special. Hello there, the princess. Thank you for saying he's so cute, because he is a cute little boy. He's got some things on him. Yeah, TNT. Exactly, Rev. Exactly. But welcome the princess. We got 9 cats all together. If you're interested, I can show most of them, the princess, but just let me know in the chat if you're interested in seeing the bulk of them. There are a couple that are hiding under the bed right now, which I'm not going to really be able to get a good shot, but just let me know in chat if you're still here, if you want to kind of see some of the others. But Tang is good. Oh, see that big old yawn. I'm boring Tang too. Boop. You always gotta boop the nose. Well, let me first, that's Tang. Let me show you the other two that are, unless you already saw these two, the princess. I don't know if you did or not, but we got our Calico the baby here. We got Max over there. I'll go under the bed, but you're not really going to be able to see them, though. You're just going to see blobs. So you got a blob over there. That might be Tiny. That might be Kit. And then you got another blob over here. I think that's Kit. I think that's Kit. And I think that's Tiny. But it's hard to tell in the dark under the bed. And then, if you didn't see, this is Zelda. Zelda is our oldest of the bunch. She's 19, almost 20. And let me go downstairs. I'll finish upstairs, but let me go downstairs. So come downstairs with me. And we're going to go check out Rosemary for a smidge. Who sometimes she's outside, but she's almost always by her sink. Hello there again, Shannon, aka Shane. Hope you're doing well. Right now, Shannon, aka Shane, we're just showing Rosemary, just kind of doing a little bit of a tour with the kitties at the moment. Get a little closer with Rosemary. He's like, you got this cell phone in front of my face again, and I don't like it. She is our other cat that also has hyperthyroidism. I should say also has, but you know, Pandora hopefully doesn't have that issue anymore with her treatment. But she is another kitty that has that. Carolyn, if you still happen to be on here, no, this is our other one that still gets the Filamazole medication daily. Another little fun fact about Rosemary here, she's a deaf kitty. We don't know if she was born deaf or if she became deaf like with her aging. She kind of came into our lives a couple of years ago. I was working in an animal hospital. Her quote unquote, this is why I don't like the term owner, but I will say it in this instance, her owner, quote unquote, brought her into the animal hospital I was working at, and she asked the staff if they could euthanize her because she just didn't want to deal with her anymore. And thankfully, you know, our staff said no. After doing like an exam, there's nothing wrong with this kitty. She's deaf, yes, but overall she's in good health. But you know, people are. Well, my wife just said in the background, stupid. I like to use cruel sometimes, or just you know, so misinformed about stuff. So that's just one of those, you know, it's just one of those things. But anyways, the good news is they didn't put her down because they felt like it was no need. It was not medically necessary. This was a healthy cat, older cat, deaf. See, deaf cat. I mean, she can't. I know her ears are twisting a little bit, but I mean, she can't hear. Long story short, they did some blood work on her, found that she does have hyperthyroidism. They started the medication on her. We were going to be moving out of the Wilmington area to come back up to the Raleigh area, and I said I'd like to take her on because it's either I take her on or she's just basically going to live in a cage in an animal hospital for the rest of her life. There were others there, vets in particular, who said they would take her on, but you know what happened? Nothing ever happened. They always made up some kind of an excuse on why they wouldn't like take her home or, you know, try her out. So I'm like, I can't, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta try to bring her in, into our fold with ours. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, she doesn't get along well with others, so that's why you're never going to see her out with the other cats. They just do not get along, or she doesn't get along with others. She doesn't play nice. But still, that's not a reason not to attempt to bring her in and to give her a loving home for whatever time that she might have. She's been with us for about 18 years, roughly. Or not 18 years, what am I saying? 18 months. She's about 16, 17, they think. So she definitely has some pretty markings. She's very loud. I'll see if she meows, but sometimes she feels like meowing and sometimes she doesn't. But right now she's like, no, I'm quiet. I'm a mute at the moment. But trust me, those who have heard her meowing before, they can tell you about her meowing. It's usually a pretty cute meow, but it's also very loud. She kind of looks like the flooring a little bit. So as I'm walking kind of by her, I think sometimes she kind of blends into the flooring quite well. Just the coloring of her fur, and then the coloring of the kitchen flooring. Yeah, Carolyn, we got, I mean, we got our youngins. We got Tiny and Tang who are 3, Yoda's 7, Max and Kit are 9. But we have, I mean, anywhere from 3 all the way up to 18. So, well, welcome back to Princess. All good. So, but anyways, it's about that time. I actually ran a little bit over because I did have this as my second start because my first one nobody could hear me, so I had to start over. But I'm gonna wrap this up. If this is something that you find kind of interesting or something you want to check out on occasion, I do these daily lives during the week, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I also do them on the weekends, usually sometime between 2 and 4 or so. But anyways, I'm gonna start to just kind of thank everybody who's been here. Appreciate the time. So Rev, Carolyn, the Princess, Shannon, Tranquil, Icon, if y'all are still in here, and whoever else might be in here still. I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe. God bless. Hug a kitty if you got one. And if you're thinking about adopting an older cat, oh, and Bruce also. Have a good night, Bruce. If you're thinking about adopting a cat, adopt an older cat. Not a kitten. Kittens will get adopted in time, believe me. They're not gonna like euthanize a kitten. It will not happen. But older cats do get euthanized all the time. So adopt an older kitty if you can. Right, Rosemary? You want to say goodbye to them? All right. Anyways, have a good night, and we will see you later. Take care. Bye-bye. Real quickly, the Princess, I want to adopt a cat. At the same time, I don't, because there's a lot of responsibilities. Yes, the Princess, there are a ton of responsibilities. And if you want to be on here on another live stream, we can talk about that. But just, if you pop in, we can talk about cat responsibilities. Until then, take care.